Hi everyone, delonewolf here and welcome back for some more EVE Online. In today's video I'm going to try and do something that was inspired by some of the comments that I got on the previous video. I'm going to try and put a jump clone into the system of Niarja. As one of the neutral players that doesn't have standings with either Edencom or the Triglavians, I basically have a little bit of FOMO, fear of missing out, and I do want to have an option to jump into a Triglavian system if what I think might happen turns out to happen. That is that we lose contact with the gates and that the Triglavians eventually pull the system basically into their domain or create their own gate system or something like that. And I hadn't really thought about it until you guys commented on it, but what you can try to do at least is to put an empty clone into that system. So we're just a couple of jumps out. I'm choosing a stealth bomber. I think that's interesting. I also have probes with me. If it's like wormhole stuff, we could always try to scan our way out, but if it comes to PvP engagements, we could take some opportunities as well. And of course it's covered up, so which means that we can be cloaked while warping. That should basically allow us to once we get into Niarja, to reasonably safely fly around, see what's happening there, keep an eye on things. Now I will look for a station to dock in. I'm not even sure if there are any NPC stations left there, but yeah, let's also cloak to try and basically give the possible scouts and the probable scouts, I should say, on all of these gates towards Niarja as little time as possible, because on one of my return trips in my interceptor I was smart bombed on one of these gates. I managed to get out. They got me into armor, but it is a super risky system at the moment. There's lots of pirates in there, lots of players, also counter pirates, lots of just general fighting happening in the system of Niarja, so it's not easy as someone that's neutral to all of this to try and get in there. But let's give it a try. We're just gonna go straight towards Niarja. Let's just quickly cloak. Hopefully that Ibis doesn't see exactly what I'm doing and it's not a scout for a gate camp or something like that on the other side. I have absolutely no idea, but with the covered ops cloak I should actually be a little careful when it comes to that. On the one hand I want to jump in, but on the other hand we also have to be careful with the cooldown for the covered ops cloak. Well, let's see if it works. We're just gonna go straight into the system of Niarja, and then we're gonna try to warp out and maybe take a quick look around, see what's happening. I am kind of curious, and then we're just gonna try to dock somewhere and hopefully we'll be okay. Let's go. We have another Ibis. I really think that these are all scouts basically, 4 fleets that are at the ready, so let's hope that it's not too bad. That's mostly Triglavians, a small Triglavian fleet. I'm gonna say that's heading over there. So first thing I'm gonna do is warp off to a planet. Covered ops is on, so we should be okay. We get a Loki at 28. Let's get the hell out of here. More Triglavians coming. Am I finally warping? This feels so slow. We're through. There's only 25 in local. That's a bit of a surprise. I thought we would see more. And let's also enjoy the atmosphere. This is the domain of the Triglavians. Definitely feels like it. Very scary, very risky to be here, because if someone catches you, you do end up in a lot of trouble. So these planets are still here. Look at the number of signatures, just a massive amount of them. What's a giant secure container doing here? It's at 100 kilometers. Could be that this is all part of trying to catch people that use exactly what I'm doing here. A covered ops cloaking device or a cloaking device to try to get out, then this is ready to decloak them if they would use this planet at 0. So there's lots of traps here. I'm not a big PvP player myself, and my god, that planet looks good. Look at this space around it. This feels so ominous. But yeah, there's lots of tactics happening here that are like low sec and all sec special. I'm not a big PvP guy myself, so I don't know a lot of them, but it's very interesting to witness exactly what's happening around here. So first of all, let's take a quick look at no, we don't have. That's interesting. We have absolutely no stations here. We do have the planets, asteroid belts, and as far as I can tell, there are no dockable structures here for me. Is that correct? That's interesting, because that does mean that I may need to... how the hell are we going to get a jump clone in here then? That's more annoying. Let's take a look as well at the star. I definitely want to take a look at that and see what's happening over here. So let's warp within 0 or 100 and see what that looks like. And so Sancha Den, Sancha stuff, drone stuff, and then a huge amount of signatures. And then of course what I'd be hoping for is something like this. There's a gate, there is a structure very close to the star, but can I dock there? Probably not. Bob the Builder, balls of steel. Let's see here. So first of all, we definitely have the beam on the star, and this looks very dark. So this could be pretty close to its conclusion, which CCPS kind of announced as well. Just look at the at the graphics here in 4K. It is very cool. And then up here, these dark vapors that are coming out, super scary. So we'll have that construction over there somewhere. Can I find it? Maybe on my Alt tab we can find it. Yeah, that's the transmuter. We could try to go and take a look at it. Let's hope that we don't bounce into anything. But so this is the star of Niarja at the moment, being completely transformed by that Triglavian technology. What's their end game? Well, we may find out decently soon, as CCP has of course announced the climax coming for the invasions. Oof, there's a patrol here. Let's hope that we don't bounce into it. There's actually a gate 17. That's risky, but I think we're still okay. Okay, let's take a quick look at that. So there's some ships waiting here, and why the hell am I not at the transmuter or liminality locus? It feels like I'm taking some risks here, but let's take a look. So these are the what? Oh, what? For some reason I can't warp there, really? And what about this? Oh, I have to take the gate to get there now. It's part of their defenses. That's probably what's happening. Okay, that's very cool. I didn't even know that. It looks like there's no direct warping on the transmuter anymore. And basically there is this safety gate that you have to go through, perhaps being aligned with the Triglavians or something like that, before you can give that a try. Well, there's not much else to do then than to try and dock. Let's see if we can actually dock in one of these stations. Oh, and do they have cloning facilities? I don't know. I thought maybe there was a station, but there is not. That's interesting. Interesting for sure. Perhaps I'll have to look for another invaded system that may still hold an NPC station to try and put a jump clone there. But let's take a quick look at this one. If I could dock in one of these structures, that at least already gives me a chance to have a clone into the system of Niarja as everything unfolds, which would allow me to jump back in here and then see what's happening pretty much regardless of what happens. So do I get the option or not? Docking request denied. So I can't dock here. Interesting. I am decloaked at this point. Is there anything else blue that I could try up here? We could try the Niarja pit stop. Let's go. Before the locals actually wake up. And something that you could also do is if you really want this, I think if I can't dock anywhere and if there's no chance for me to jump clone, then I may just look for another system. If there's an NPC station in one of them, I think it should work there. But you can also, of course, contact one of the owners of these structures that are probably aligned with the Triglavians and then ask them if you can get docking access. All of this is part of the sandbox, of course. Nope, that's no docking access, I think, shown right here already. So that probably will not work. That is interesting. I did not expect this to happen. Okay, change of plans then. We're just gonna take a moon so that I can cloak up. So none of these allow me to dock. None of these will allow me to set up a jump clone. And I'm still too close to the complex. Let's go, go, go. Here we are out of there. And let's see if there is Triglavian Invasion, Final Liminality. Is there something? Only 4 jumps out. We've got Urnichi or something like that. And then 6 jump outs we get Cinda. I'd be willing to try Urnichi and see if there's perhaps a station there. It could be that this is like unique to Niarja because it is 0.5. Urnichi was a 0.8, so I think we have like a better chance there. Let's go. It's only 4 jumps. Let's hope that there's no smart bombs awaiting us. And yeah, if you want to, of course, now, like really in the middle of EVE Online, there is this super dangerous system. You could go out there in something like a stealth bomber like this and try to hunt other players. You can basically go after them without being punished for your actions. Concord won't show up. The Triglavians may drop on you, and if like me you're neutral to them, they will attack you. But it's super interesting. So Niarja right now is not an option. I'm sure if I would ask for some of you guys if I could get docking access, you'd probably give it to me, unless there's like a mechanic that's stopping this. And then of course we have these massive Triglavian fleets on all of the gates. That is very dangerous and ominous, but we got through. So I'll give it a chance here. 4 jumps out. Let's go. Let's get out of here and then let's get into the next dangerous system. Go, go, go. Capsules coming out. Yeah, people do eventually learn, of course, that is pretty risky. And a capsule is basically instant warp, so you should always be fine with those. There's no bubbles or anything like that, but just the sheer atmosphere of that system at the moment, it's very scary. No one knows what's gonna happen, and personally, I would love to be able to put in a clone there and even as a neutral try to witness whatever happens, and something like this of course is absolutely perfect for that. Amazing looking Nemesis stealth bomber. So let's go through the gate and you're out. Here we are back. Isaac rules. You feel a lot more safe, like you can breathe. Concord is there to help you or at least to avenge you if someone decides to go after you. So super interesting of course. And a big shakeup of this sandbox with, as of yet, an unknown outcome. So next system is Sirpala. Let's see how far we're pulling away from Jita. Oh, it's actually pretty close to there as well. So that is fine. I'll give that a chance. If there's a station there, I'll dock right away, I think. If not, we can do a little bit of scouting here as well, but this ought to be in final liminality. So go, go, go. And, well, 25 people in Niarja. Here, I'm personally expecting even fewer people, because it is not that big transit system. That's, of course, very unique. Here, it's, yeah, a little bit out of the way, and it should be less busy. There is still that another Ibis on the gate, so we may yet be talking about more scouts at the ready. Well, the Triglavian side is pretty organized. That's also something I must say. I'm a neutral, I'm kind of a care bear and all of that stuff, but if you decide to go for the Triglavians, I think them especially, but Edencom as well, those players are very active but also very organized. They're really going for it, and that's actually pretty impressive to see. And so for a lone wolf like myself to try and get something done here is not easy. So what do we see? We do have docking access to some of these. Oh, and there is actually a station. All right, let's see if I can quickly dock there. Cloak, cloak, cloak. Out we go. And so this is also the final liminality. Let's see if I still have docking access, perhaps first of all. And then, well, it's final liminality. I just don't know if it's also one of these stars that's in danger. Well, it's my best bet, I think, at this point. So that is an NPC station that I think will still be dockable. We have an executioner just warping out. Yeah, same thing here, of course. You are in danger. Someone can just engage you if they want to. I can dock here. that is definitely interesting. And well, that puts us right at the 15-minute mark. For a 4K video, I'm actually kind of wary of going too big, so we'll call this mission successful. I'll continue to scout around off screen. I'll take a look at the star here, and if there's another one with like a blue star where there's a transmuter and things like that, then I may end up in a different station. But I tried to get that jump clone in Niarja, but that's really locked off. That could just get yanked away from us at any time. But if the same thing then happens to this system, I should perhaps be able to witness it or have a clone on the inside of the Triglavian system, whatever it is that they're planning to do with all these systems. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.